Hi there, good morning. Welcome in on this gorgeous start to your Saturday. It's 10:43 and Mount Rainier is out. You can see it. We're about to talk about glissading, which apparently is something that folks do on Mount Rainier. We're going to give you a story that I think you need to hear this morning. You know, a lot of trails in the mountains are still covered in snow, as you just saw Mount Rainier there. There's some added dangers to hiking or climbing as you get higher up. So this morning we're joined by Steve Smith, who is a risk management consultant, and he's going to tell us about glissading. So when we get into your story, before we go there, can you just kind of describe to people who may not know what this is, what glissading is?
Sure. Glissading is simply the act of descending down a snow slope and letting gravity do the work for you. So you can either do a standing glissade on your feet. Most people would sit and basically just scoot down the snow. And to do that properly, you would have an ice axe that you can use to slow down, your descent safely. And glissading is a perfectly reasonable and safe and appropriate thing to do. But there's some lessons I would like to share about an incident I had that have some cautionary words of advice for people about how to glissade and maybe learn some lessons from my mistakes.
Perfect. So tell us your story. What happened?
So near Leavenworth, Washington, in the Alpine Lakes Wilderness, is a snow slope called Asgard Pass. And unfortunately, this is a site that has killed 4 people in a 10-year period from making the same mistake that I made.
Really?
Yeah, my accident was back in 1998, and I was simply glissading way too fast down the slope, and I was following my partner. He was going so fast that he launched over this waterfall that I could not see from above, and I was proceeding a little more carefully and using my ice axe, and I was proceeding in control, but I didn't see this waterfall, and I fell down underneath the snowpack. And it's funny you just had this segment about hypothermia, because I was immersed in freezing cold water, ended up having to tunnel my way out of the snowpack. I was very fortunate that I was able to innovate and think my way out of that, pretty scary situation.
Oh my goodness.
And it's sad to say, at least 4 other people that I know of did not make it out of that same hole. So
we're glad that you made it out and you're,
so much.
alive to tell the tale. So
Yeah.
tell us about what you learned from your experience.
Great, yeah. I think the lessons I learned from that incident are actually larger life lessons as well, if your viewers choose to see them that way. And they have to do with not letting other people influence your decision making, staying calm in the face of what it can be a pretty terrifying, deadly situation, using your brain to think your way out and not just try to muscle your way out. And if you're going to be glissading, to really be sure that you can see where you're going, and not to blindly follow someone else's tracks. That's what I was doing. I was blindly following my partner.
Sure, and you would think,
you're
going to see exactly what's going on in front of you.
Absolutely, yeah. He was going so fast. He launched over this waterfall, and I plopped down and didn't make my way out. So, if you're going to glissade, you should definitely wear your helmet. With or without Seahawk sticker, that's optional. Wear your gloves so that you can keep yourself safe, and use your ice axe properly. And I think most importantly, maintain your situational awareness and don't just turn your brain off and blindly follow someone else's tracks. And then, when I found myself in that life or death situation, I was able to think my way out. I was very fortunate. And I think just that calming down, trying to use your brain, innovate, and be creative to get yourself out of that difficult situation.
I mean, this sounds like, in my mind, such a dangerous thing, but you're saying as long as you take the precautions, this is something that you can do safely.
Absolutely. There's nothing inherently dangerous about glissading if you do it properly. And in fact, Asgard Pass, sees thousands of people go up and down it every year. And there's just a few weeks or maybe a month or so out of the year when the snow is thin enough that you can fall through, and there's enough snow that you can still slide on it. So there's this little window where you need to be really careful with Asgard Pass, and we're kind of coming into that window right now. So it's fortunate that you're airing this segment now to hopefully be a cautionary tale, for other folks who will probably be, going up to Asgard Pass a lot. I was fortunate to be able to work with the Leavenworth Mountain Association and the Forest Service and the Mountaineers to help them put together a sign that is now at the trailhead advising people about this hazard at Asgard Pass, this waterfall. So keep an eye out for that. But it's really inherent to any, this is not just Asgard Pass. You can certainly find this kind of hazard in lots of different places in the mountains, and just advise people to keep your wits about you when you're glissading.
Awesome. Thank you, Steve, so much for being here. You are a survivor. Telling your story hopefully is going to help a lot of folks out there. So thank you.